Previously on Follow the Leader. Today we're playing If Not Us Then Who by Riley Hopkins. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. There is no tale more compelling than a group of kids from disparate backgrounds coming together to confront a threat against overwhelming odds. Once you mix that with spandex, helmets, and giant robots, what more does a story need? We're at our best when we fight together, and when we collectively gather to fight against a villainous force that threatens everyone. We also have giant robots in matching suits, and that shreds. I'm August, and you can find me on Blue Sky at Harpy Dora or Strange Harpy on Tumblr, and my pronouns are they, them.
I am your captain, Johnny Kidd. I am the Blue Ranger. So my traits are, the ones I rolled were beauty and noble, which is very funny because I wasn't intending to be the leader. Beauty is someone who is extremely concerned with appearances and how well they are regarded by others. Noble represents bravery, courage, and the general it factor. And then, of course, leader takes charge, makes the hard decisions, and is looked to for guidance.
So my character is the Red Ranger. Their name is Cherry Bomb Bonnie. The traits that I rolled for them are comedy. They are the one who tries to make everyone else happy. Cute. Someone who is immature and childish but beloved by the team. And heart represents the love that this character has for their team, the love they receive back, and a high emotional intelligence.
I have Ronnie Golden Applejack. Got it. This mismatch of a name. I look at it every time and it just makes me amused. This is the Orange Ranger. He's got he and pronouns. The traits that I rolled from bottom to top were comedy, which has already been mentioned. I've got tough, a hero with strong fighting skills that are paramount above all else. And evil, which can mean some things. It can be that he works for the bad guy. It can also just mean that he's selfish. You know, in this case, I took it to be someone that generally respects, like, strength above all. So, kind of feeding into the other traits.
My character that I rolled up is named Calico, don't call me Callie, Higgs, pronouns she, her, and the color I rolled was Quantum, which is very fun. Love a concept for a color. The traits that I rolled are loner. Loners are aloof and tend to operate separately from the team. They claim to, quote, not need others. Which works perfectly because I'm, like, the odd color out. I also rolled heart, and that combined with the loner is very interesting, especially with the indication that she's supposed to have high emotional intelligence. And I also rolled evil.
And I pull up like a megaphone. And, oh boy, I wish I remembered more specifically what Rascal said in that episode. But I think he says, you know, it's the same stuff that I say every time, but now it's like, you know, I have to, like, I don't have speakers just ready. And it's like, to all who would stand blocking our path to that wide open horizon. Avast! Our flag is the flag that flies for freedom. Step aside or be stepped on.
If only we had our suits.
And we all look silly, a little silly, so they're just like, pah! And then we get after it.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Hell yeah. We now return to your game, already in progress.
and there's like the beat drops as we have to use our unmorphed abilities to win this fight. What does that kind of look like?
As in, like, what are people's fighting styles like?
Yeah.
I think for Cherry, especially as being one of the comedy, it's very sort of old school Jackie Chan style fighting, like lots of pratfalls and like prop comedy almost style fighting, like swinging off dumbbells and stuff where the people are still working out. Like it, one of those things clearly takes a lot of skill, but it's like very clown-esque in its like execution. And lots of like slipping out of people's grasps and like sliding through sand and stuff like that. Definitely do the blow sand in somebody's face trick at some point.
Pocket sand when the sand is all around you.
Oh,
good.
The classic. Yeah, I think Ronnie would double in on that, except with a side of just way too much strength. So God,
yes.
He's blowing through people, he's swinging them around, he's getting swung around himself, like probably in the same vicinity as Cherry and their antics, almost like a walking maelstrom.
Is there, for some reason, for no excuse, there happens to be a pro wrestling ring at the beach?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like someone was doing an exhibition in there.
Yeah.
So like two of them end up thrown in the ring. It's like, oh, we got to be part of the show. We got to keep up the kayfabe, you know?
Good. I think Calico she's edgy. So her fighting style is more like, she's, super, not supernaturally fast, but she's super fast and like a lot of dodging and then going in for quick shots at somebody.
Oh, like Atomic Blonde? Like how Charlize Theron fought in that? Did you watch that movie? You should. It's good.
I actually have it checked out from the library to watch, so Anya and I just have to get around to watching it.
Hell yeah.
But from what I saw from the trailers, yes. And then like I can see an image in my mind of like, the Mook throwing a punch and like catching her hair, and she just looks so incensed that some part of her was touched, and so she just like heel strikes him in the nose. Because the tone of the show is more comedic, there's not like blood gushing or anything like that, no graphic bodily harm, but like, he stumbles back and it's just like, you broke my nose, and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
like hands clasped over nose.
Yes, exactly.
Sort of thing. Like in a different show, the Moo could be cussing her out, but it cuts like a comedy sound effect, or just cuts away to something else, or a kid dropping their ice cream in surprise.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah.
What about Dear Captain?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of like kind of momentum, a lot of like clotheslines. He like will like hook around something to like spin around it to like speed up, and then like using his rocket boots just like come whoosh, slicing past people. A lot of like cutting swords, like cutting like guns in half. And yeah, like a very acrobatic in a very like kind of dashing way. He's doing a lot of like
Errol Flynning,
kind of like absolutely swashbuckling is the thing. A lot of like swinging on stuff.
Who makes the lift? Is it? It's got to be either Johnny or Calico, right?
Yeah. Definitely. I think Ronnie and Cherry are just causing a big spectacle and more making the opportunity than going in for it.
There's definitely got to be a moment where Ronnie literally just throws Cherry into a group of mooks and they go down with like the sound of pins tumbling like a bowling alley.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like Cherry is too heavy and Ronnie is not quite strong enough to do a true fastball special, but the spirit's there, even if the execution is lacking.
It's kind of more like a caber toss than it is a like a pitch, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Throwing Cherry end over end.
Okay, yeah, and it turns into sort of like a cartwheel sort of tumbling maneuver, like Big John Belushi in that one scene in Blues Brothers where he goes like flipping down the aisle, sort of like she's like, yeah, this isn't quite working. We can make it work. We'll commit.
We make it work.
Fantastic.
All right. So we're fighting. I mean, we're doing pretty well, I think. Is it just that we get the scanner and then immediately go to get our stuff, or is there like a wrinkle in the plan?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because the next, what it could be, to like make it like so that it all like wraps up a little faster, is that the Gatwick might show up with our morphers, like all put in one like device that he's trying to use to like, aha, you've played into our trap. We're going to use your powers against you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe. Like, we talked about an armory, and now they're bringing it out against us.
Mm-hmm. Especially given what the next B did as per the book. Like, I like that a lot.
Exactly.
Just like the ever present inability of the bad guys to understand just how the good guys operate. It's like, you could never understand.
So like it's like we're like winning. We're like, oh, we've got the scanner. It could even be a thing where like they keep grabbing the scanner back, and like we like do like a hot potato thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then like I'm like tossing it back to Calico, and it just explodes out of the air as Gatwick shows up in his like regalia with a like, what is the weapon that they're using that is powered by our you know what our morphers are called? They're pieces of 8.
Of course they are.
Yes.
Look at you. Hell
Sequel, there are going to be 4 others.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But that's later.
Mm-hmm. So they've got our 4 pieces of 8 like plugged into like a huge like rail gun.
I was gonna say, what if it's like a ballista, like a big like ship ballista?
Oh yeah. So we see like the bolt fly by and just slam into the tracker before it just lands in the ocean and dissipates.
Yeah, and the bolt is like shimmering our colors, like with the different energies of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Get that good color equals elemental damage going.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a mood. What's the element of orange? And quantum, actually.
That's for the fans to decide.
That's right. That's for the wiki to figure out.
It's energy. It's
energy. Uh-huh. And he's like, I mean, what's his vibe
what kind of man is
he's
Gatwick
like?
here?
He's got to be gloating.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But what's his look like? Is this like prototypical people making tiny Napoleon energy, or is it like some big imposing guy?
I feel like Gatwick is probably Napoleon energy. Our main guy is probably pretty imposing and stuff, but Gatwick...
Is Gatwick got like a mech suit?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Like a big thing of power armor?
So he's comedically small, but he's got the frame for himself. And I bet it's like the way that the mech suit looks is the uniform that the wardens would be wearing normally.
Mm-hmm.
And
just, painted on.
He's got like a little headset microphone to make his voice like very boomy as it comes out of the suit.
Mm-hmm.
But then it cuts to him inside and it's just like a little bit reedy. I'm just thinking like big like Reece Shearsmith or like Stephen Merchant kind of voice, like Wheatley from Portal. Like a little bit pathetic sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
We love pathetic energy.
I've realised I've said Stephen Merchant, who is in fact incredibly tall, but that's not the point.
It's like they sound short or something.
Yeah, Wheatley vibes.
He's definitely skinny. He is a skinny man.
That's fair.
Somebody on Tumblr definitely calls Gatwick hit their poor little meow meow.
Oh yeah, Gatwick definitely has Tumblr sexy man energy. Like up there with like Onslaught and Bill Cipher and all that. Oh yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So yeah, cool. So he's like, "Ha! You're absolutely stupid. you just walked right out where we could shoot you. When we have your power. You don't have any. What is this? This is ridiculous. That you're coming at it's an embarrassment to pirates everywhere, and especially to your captain. You're just." He like powers it up, like it's like pointless.
God.
But something else happens.
Yeah, I accept this trade. We invoked the ring. We've got some ropes to work with here.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mr. Applejack is about to come off the top rope.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine this frame, right? You have Gatwick. The screen is taken up with him and his big, superpowered ballista with all of our pieces of 8, like, loaded into wherever it is that powers this. The camera just, like, shifts to the right slightly, and you see a big shadow kind of scrambling, like, not, gracefully onto the ropes. Top of the turnbuckle. And then bounds forward as it goes up, and he comes smashing down towards Gatwick in that suit with just, like, the people's elbow situation.
Oh my god, that's glorious.
And as Ronnie connects, I know I want Cherry to say so. I think what this is he's, like, Gatwick is reeling from this, and Cherry has taken the opportunity to, like, climb up the back of the power suit while it's still standing and, like, basically popped open the top. It's just like, now where did a guy like you learn the first fucking thing about pirates? Oh, sorry, I wouldn't say fucking, this is a kid's show. First thing about pirates. And shows what you know. Our captain's right there. I point over to where Johnny is.
Hell yeah. And he laughs and he points at the pieces of 8, which are like now kind of gleaming with our colors in the thing, like rattling. And he says, besides, those things are just symbols. The real thing a pirate has that makes them a pirate is heart. And it, I think, does the ballista just explode and our things like just shoot back into our morphers?
Yes.
Or is it like, the mistake you made was giving us what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
You had it for such a brief period, and you wasted it.
Yeah, I want the visual of Calico getting to do a beat as well, just before, either as it explodes or like just does a cool time thing because quantum. Because part of it is like morphing. The beat is described as what morphing without, because of friendship.
Morph via friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of for like Calico's beat is just like her throwing the knife at the ballista.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what destabilizes it enough that now they can come back to where they're supposed to be.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then so we finally get our morphing sequence in the show. What does our morphing sequence look like?
Well, it's an electric guitar version of that same theme.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's like I do love the idea of like pointing and like yelling like avast or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we like you like shoot your fist to the sky, and it like a beam of light shoots up that then explodes out into to the Johnny Roger, like you're like raising the colors, the Jolly Roger, and we each like for each of our transformation sequences, it's a different colored flag.
Nice.
It's the color of our like suit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am out here for calling it the Johnny Roger, though, because,
The Jolly Roger.
No, riffing on the Johnny Roger. That's even better.
Yeah, because you're Captain Johnny.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough. If that's I'm outvoted. Yeah, and it's like a skull and crossbones, but the skull is like the ranger helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Love that.
very good.
Yeah. And like then it like it does the thing where like the light like streaks over our bodies in different segments, and like the different pieces of the suit like solidifies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think with Calico's, like, hers is a little different, like, because she's like the odd ranger out, like she gets a slightly different transformation sequence where like because she's quantum, she like blurs into multiple images of herself, and then they all collapse, and when they collapse there's a flash of light, and then she's in her outfit.
I can't believe when she becomes observed. Yeah, like a waveform collapsing.
And and we get like our shot of us all like posing in a line as like explosions go off behind us.
Yeah.
And I say, crew, bring me that horizon. And then we attack.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, this is definitely like full out beef, I would say at this point, right? Like, we've got Gatwick on the back foot, but he's still like, it's been destabilized, but he had like a backup plan,
Sure,
Pieces of 8 were like the main power source for it, obviously, but you don't just roll in with a cool experimental weapon and not have a way to still use it. So
Yeah.
And he's got
Like,
backup.
well, I'll need to plug this into the bigger battery, and that's when he like puts he like goes into the full like kaiju size.
yeah, hell yeah.
My monster grow.
Like I think it is just literally like the mech suit expands and suddenly is like several meters tall. And meanwhile, you have us down on the ground having just gotten our bearings and gotten our suits back, and now we're out trying to take them down from this level so we can build up enough momentum to eventually get back into R. Like, it's got to be like a ship that comes from the sea, right?
Yeah, it's got to rise up like the Dragon Zord.
It rises from the ocean, and we're able to like do a sort of repartee between the two of us.
Oh my god, what if it is? Yes, it looks like a parachute. It is in fact a large crab, though.
Oh my god.
Classic.
Look, Corey, you're fairly new here still. You have to understand how important giant crabs are to the universe of Final Leader.
No, I know. Like, if life is given away, like, carcinization is a real thing.
Yeah, like, you think it's just a ship running, and then as it fully emerges from the water, it's just like got crab legs on the bottom, like big mechanical crab legs.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Just imagine that utter chaos. So 2 big crab claws, like, come through, and they do, like, a big crunch with Gatwick in the middle. And now we're, 1, crushing that weapon probably, but 2, like, because we had to focus on that, Gatwick manages to, like, slip away in, like, an ejection pod situation.
Yes.
And the ejection pod does not have the voice changer, but it does still have him shouting out over.
I'll get you next time.
You'll see what we can do, as he rockets away, leaving the rest of us on the shore, and there's, the crab claw, as it crunches down on the rest of the mech suit, there's one last massive explosion.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. What's the aftermath of all this, huh? What's the denouement here?
The conclusion.
Yeah.
I think we cut to our HQ, which has come alive now that we have our morphers back. Like, I think we're probably demorphed at this point, but we're coming back to kind of like decompress and check in with the AI, the ship's AI.
Okay. This is total hangout spot, I'm assuming. Like, one section of the ship is dedicated to each of us, and we have absolutely stocked it with, like, our stuff for each place, right?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Nice. What's Rascal got?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got this big fluffy Catman face, in hologram form, who is, and I'm sure you all learned a valuable lesson.
Looking at the others, did I learn a valuable lesson?
Don't open a treasure chest before checking for traps first.
Oh, yeah, that. Thumbs up. Totally. Got it. Never gonna do it again.
Unless it's a really cool treasure chest.
It's always really cool.
I don't think that's the... Okay.
Is it that the real power was inside us all along?
Rascal is like, yes. Holy shit! What happened to all of my stuff?
Damn, that's right. We did just rob him.
Put it back.
He's like, we got this like the look at the this hologram is like, that was mint condition.
Ronnie returning the sailor suit, extremely stretched out.
Okay. The real moral of the story is ask before you borrow your friend's stuff.
Is it? I mean, I feel like if you're our boss, it's your job to supply us with what we need to get the job done.
Yeah, it's your stuff is our stuff, right? All for one and one for all? Or was it the other way around?
Yes, I suppose that's right. And maybe next time we'll be a little bit more careful with your pieces of 8.
Meanwhile, in the background, he's already using it to do coin flip shit. Okay. That's one episode wrapped, yeah?
Yep.
That's one.
Yes.
Okay, we got some end of episode stuff, too. So, whenever we finish an episode, I think that's where we also decide who was the MVP, and also what the best moment was. So, MVP in this case would be the character who stood out the most. Best moment is the most impactful moment from each episode. So, every character involved with the best moment gets 1 energy, and the character that gets MVP gains 2 energy. Then we would draw the next card and repeat for another episode over. So, what's everyone think?
I kind of feel like Ronnie might be MVP.
Ooh.
Yeah, took the brunt of the initial explosion, did the kick-ass people's elbow.
I'm more than happy to take it.
Oh, yeah.
How about best moment, y'all?
I think it has to be the group effort of taking down the suit and us getting our powers back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I can see how that goes, like, sequence to sequence. Like, every person takes 1 shot at the mech, and then finally leading off on Calico doing that sick knife throw.
Mm. So everybody takes an energy for that.
Yeah. I think including the villain.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Did have to set that one up. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Jade, I think you're next in the order here, so I think you pull the next card.
All right, I pulled the ace, or pulled an ace. A plot followed, cold open, centers around the villains. What an excellent follow-up to what we just had.
Yes, very good.
So this has got to be like Gatwick being cut out of the escape pod because it crashed on arrival or something.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get like his minions to help with like batting them away. And the room goes silent as there's just the sound of very polished shoes clicking on a steel floor as Heathrow Bixby enters the room.
So I'm imagining, like, Heathrow as, like, tall and imposing and made up of a lot of sharp edges.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just, very sharp features. In the cartoon version, he'd have, like, anime villain eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm imagining, like, very, very well put together. I don't think that, like, the further up you get in the ranks of the One Piece Marines, the more wild your costume gets. I don't think that that he's got a wild costume. I think that it's just, like, perfectly pressed dress uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, yeah. Like, under the hat, he's got, like, really well coiffed hair. He's got, like, just that right kind of, like, pointed mustache.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the idea of one of those, like, eyepieces, like, little over one eye, and it can do, like, the anime, like, reflecting light thing at certain angles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a high tech monocle.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Yes, you understand my vision.
of course.
Love it.
Nice. So, what exactly is what's the sitch here? What's their HQ look like?
It probably looks very clean, white.
Sterile is a word that springs to mind.
Is there like a big banner of the hegemony anywhere?
Oh, certain, like a big flag on the wall.
Nice.
I hate to say it, but I'm almost imagining the hegemony flag. Why do I have so much problem with that word? I'm almost imagining the hegemony flag being like the Federation flag from Star Trek, where it's like, it's not super imposing, like they're, it's not super villainous, and that's what makes it really insidious.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just occurred to me of it being like in black with just a white emblem, and there's maybe like flecks of grey there because just in opposition to the colours of the pirates and our crew versus like hegemony. August, thank you for this. But like it's uniforms, it's people matching, it's everyone is treated equally and fairly. Like that idea of like mandated equality, whereas this is all about individuality and everything. So like I know hegemony isn't the same as homogenous, but also, the words are similar for a reason. But yeah, Zach, you were about to say something.
No, I was just going to say that the marine flags in One Piece is also like that kind of like light blue and white as the same as the Federation flag in Star Trek.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice. Okay. What exactly is the goal situation for them here?
Is this cold open? So Gadwick is extracted from the escape pod, and starts like doing this rambling explanation of what happened and how those damn pirates they cheated. And Heathrow just holds up this hand and just like, it was an experiment and it failed. What do we do when an experiment fails?
I think Gatwick, like, probably stammers his response and is just like, we examine why it failed and make adjustments and try a new experiment.
Exactly. The pirates are a variable to be excised. And we will continue finding an effective way to be rid of them. We have significantly more important things to worry about. Bigger fish to fry. So it pans over to this massive display about how they're trying to breed a bigger fish for a higher meat yield.
Mm-hmm.
Like a tuna the size of a blue whale.
Jesus
Ooh.
Christ.
That might even be some of the. Ooh, that might be one of the reasons that we came together in the first place. Is that sometimes these experiments like come and attack the town.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Very good.
So something to think about on that front.
Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Create a giant fish.
Uh-huh.
I have nothing for the rest of this. I am a little...
Feed 1,000 men.
Clap.
Christ-like music plays in the background. This really upsetting version of the Sermon on the Mount.
Yeah, and there's like a wireframe of the fish just depicted above his head as he raises his hands.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm giving this card to Zach as the credits roll on this new episode.
Oh boy. So I'm having a hard time holding myself together a little bit. Is their goal us, or is their goal the fish thing?
No, their long-term goal is that, but I feel like what they're trying to do is find a way to get rid of us so they can work unimpeded.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what's their news? Okay. So stealing the pieces of 8 did not work. At least we needed to hold on for much longer. And they're not going to let us steal them again.
Yep.
That much is easy, is clear. So next we could steal them.
Oh, like they just kidnapped the pirates.
Yeah.
Or brainwash us, or try to bring them to become model employees of the Department of Fish and Wildlife.
We could draw them into a fight, like a on foot fight in a ship, in a big ship, and then just that ship is a trap that will just fire them, like fly off with them inside into orbit where we can
reprogram them.
where we can
Just it's in the best way. It's just like what we need to do is build a bigger version of the thing we did last time, and that will solve the problem. We're going to make the fish bigger. We need a bigger trap.
We need a bigger trap.
A bigger mech. Just bigger. Love that. Love that.
Extremely good.
Very, very good.
Okay. I think I have an idea for how exactly we're finding out about this then. So
do we find out ahead of time?
Yes, and not because we get caught up in it early, but like to build these things you kind of have to test them, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a situation where like they've got this bigger version of the trap that took our pieces of 8 and flew off with it. So what's happening now is people are disappearing around the town that stumble into like these prototype tests, and they can't have us find out. So they're being used to test the system that's meant to take us away, just sort of circumstantially. So we start finding out about those people going missing, and it's like a situation where like, at first it's just like random people off the street, and then it comes close to home. It hits like a favorite like hangout spot of ours or something, like the owner of the place goes missing. So we all roll up on like, what kind of place would we all hang out at, do you think?
Like some sort of like beach bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Like
about
a-
to say we can
Like a
go
food
back
truck.
to
Burger van. Like a full on
Burger van.
Burger van. Yeah, the van's just gone.
whole van.
We roll up there for like lunch or something, and we get there, and there's like
It's just
tire
gone.
tracks and nothing.
They stole Burger Taco.
They serve this burger taco. It's become personal, but also
I
who
don't,
did it though?
I don't know how to function without this. How am I going to get my buttermilk chicken birria? I don't know. How do we move on from this?
Well, we have to find out who's done this and punish them.
You're right.
God,
I think he Johnny like pulls up out his like communicator and like I've got Burger Taco. I got his phone number. The guy who runs the food truck. I'm gonna call him and ask him what the fuck's going on. What the heck is going on? It's a kid show.
Take two. I can't believe we can just call Burger Taco. That's so good. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. They do catering, right? So,
Well, I mean, I just have his number for like personal, like, so I can call and be like, "Hey, we're coming."
Get the
make
grill
sure
on.
you've got you get the grill on.
we're ride or die for John Burger. Let's go.
Yeah,
John
burgers
Q.
are
Burger.
my fucking. He's my best fucking friend.
Oh
I mean, not really, but like, I tell him that.
Actually, great though. Like an unpowered civilian, right? Like just some dude that we kick around with who's just so close.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Like,
Okay. So they've so the bad guys have stolen Burger Taco.
Yeah.
And like we don't even know that this is part of their plan to like get us. It's time for us to get it back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who do I hand the card to? Corey?
Corey.
I think it's
Yeah.
past me now. I think.
Oh, whoops. I think we just didn't do the handing around as much.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a formality. So I think August would get it after me.
Yeah, so that's an attempt to interfere. Huh. Is that... It feels a little unclear. Is that our attempt to interfere with their plans, or is that the villain's attempt to interfere with us?
imagine
yeah.
because we're the ones because they're the ones with the plan.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it's we're stepping on them.
It's a shame that our, like, scanner tracker thing that we stole last episode got blown up.
Right.
But now we've got our like actual ship back though, so they might have something.
Yeah. Forgive me if we talked about this. Exactly how are they doing the snatch and grabs again?
A larger
They made
version of the chest that stole our stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, they made a bigger version of it. A man-sized version. I guess a truck-sized version, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe it is in
I'm
fact
imagining-
looks like a truck.
I'm almost imagining like a Pokeball situation where
Oh
it
my
opens
God.
up and a beam of light comes out and like
Yes.
engulfs the Burger Taco Van and John Q. Burger and then just like sucks
Perfect.
them in.
Perfect,
Um,
stupid. Love it.
Yes.
So, we found out about the plan. Now we've got to interfere with it. I think the way that we might interfere with it starts with us finding a weird energy signature, and we go through like the sensor logs from the ship and find out that this weird energy signature has popped up several times, and we use that to like triangulate where the energy signature is coming from.
Love it.
And it's coming from, because this is what this is, it's coming from a little like outpost set up in a quarry, because you've got to have a quarry that you fight in.
Don't
Yeah.
ask why there is a quarry in the cylinder. Don't ask. Just did.
Well, you know, everybody rocks.
Yeah.
Right? Smile.
Yeah.
They need it to process rocks to crush into sand.
It's counterbalancing. It acts as ballast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same like you have a concrete block in your washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we're so
That's
smart.
exactly how this
We're
works.
so good at game.
We're so good at Sentai.
We're so good at science and bullshit.
Yes. So, this is where I think, I'm trying to think of how we might approach this.
So, I think John Q. Berger, I think his truck's a popular spot, and he probably knows a lot of the people that got taken, right?
Oh my
Ooh,
god.
yeah.
Yes, Corey, please finish this thought.
So, before we get into this big fight into a massive empty space, we kind of have to get the people out of it first, so they don't get hurt when we have a big explosive fight in a massive empty space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, while we're racing over there, I think it's like a B thing. I think John Q. Berger is organizing the people to, like, get them out of there. And generally causing mayhem to win enough time for us to get over there and interfere.
I just
Ooh.
really love the notion that he has, like, gathered a bunch of ingredients and has created, like, an aerosolized pepper spray using the different, like, spice blends on the grill to create, like, a dirty bomb kind of a vibe.
Oh my god.
John Q. Berger weaponizes Pepper X?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was always there in the name. It's his new experimental recipe that he was just getting ready to put out there.
It's like, I have people to feed.
Oh, and he feeds them. So it's like this sort of split screen thing where, like, on one side, you have the pirates closing in on the scene. On the other side, you have John Q. Berger on the ground with the people, and they're all, like, desperately trying to fend things off so they can get a path out.
I love the notion of us entering the quarry, like, sneaking our way in, and we could just smell the air, just like, something's cooking.
Yeah! We can smell what the John is cooking.
God.
Incredible.
Hey, Riley, this is a great game.
I'm having a blast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe the burger truck owner is a true hero.
John Q. Berger is, in fact, played by Riley Hopkins.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna pass the card. Well, metaphorically pass the card because Zach still has it, but I'm gonna pass the card to Jade because I think it's time for our big fight.
All right, so I think there's mass confusion going on inside the quarry, inside the facility, within the quarry. But there's this sort of blast of the theme music. The tides, they are a-changing as the doors blow open, the smoke pours out, and our little pirate band charges in, ready to go. And that's the visual I've got so far.
Yeah.
As we just burst in, and I'm trying to think of but yeah, we create an exit. We burst in, as I said, the tides, they are a-changing, and we create a way out for all of these people that have been taken. We get a salute from John Q. Berger as he gets out. It's just like, make sure you save my truck. It's like, we wouldn't do anything less. As the smoke clears and we are confronted with the forces of the Department of Fish and Wildlife. I have to apologize for this very real government agency that I'm sure actually do good and important work.
Oh yeah, I mean they're like conservation.
Yeah,
stuff,
this is the
I'm
evil
sure.
version of them.
Sure.
They're not for biodiversity. They're for bio. What's the opposite of it?
Monoculture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to process this tube for this one big
These
fish.
guys are just literally in the pocket of big fishery.
Yeah, they
One
really
way
are.
or another.
I think Johnny's like, there are few things more important than getting a good lunch break every day. Only the lowest of the low would interfere with that.
I just love the idea of hench people in the back going, they think this is about lunch. The other one's like, yeah, but we really should get lunch breaks. Like, it's our right. Like, you need to talk to the union rep.
Oh man, organize the villains. Let's go.
Mook unions.
We roll out behind as this big speech happens.
Yes. And so I say, give us back the truck and all of this can end. The people of Wavebreak Station need Burgo Taco.
I love that all this is happening, and like we've arrived here on like halfway premises that was the main thing. And I think what it is like scattered around. There's all of the bigger versions of the ships that took everyone, and like to just get the image of one like trying to come in and seize us from behind now that we're here.
Yeah, I really like that we have this and the fight starts and there's this moment of realization. Big fucking my brain is poisoned by TikTok. Just like, is this play about us? But just like the moment that it clicks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe they were just like on the earpiece is just like, who cares about the truck? Get them. Get them.
For a moment, we make them think it's about the truck for all the people on the
Yeah,
ground.
we care so much about the truck. All I can think about now is Burger Taco.
Yeah, in the background, like, as he's stepping out from the ship, Ronnie gets, like, half clamped down on by one of these things, and he's struggling to get out of it.
Oh.
I want to propose something.
Heck yeah.
I think after this, we only have enough time for one more episode, so I think maybe we move to the end game after this.
Yeah,
Sure.
same brainwave.
And one of us actually gets captured.
Yes.
It's a two-parter.
Oh,
Ooh.
take me away.
I was going to say, I'll get captured.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Take
We're
early
all
one.
volunteering to get captured.
Let's go.
So yeah, I think it goes to steal away Ronnie. And Johnny's like, no! And does like the whole like skates up the arm and like drives his laser sword into a joint of like the whatever thing was like snatching up Ronnie. And manages like it snaps it off, but then like two more like yeah. And before anybody has a chance to stop it, it's firing off like it had planned, like it had the last ep when they stole our stuff.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I think the team was led into a bad situation there.
Yeah. Is it Gatwick who like is the one who actually like flies away with him?
Yeah, I
It's
think
gotta
so.
be right.
It's gotta be. That's his redemption for Heathrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think we have much trouble cleaning up the rest of the stuff here, but the damage is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's just it. We leave on that cliffhanger of like the team watching as Johnny and Gatwick fly off to wherever the HQ is in the Sitch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, tune in next week,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, who is our MVP.
I think it's got to be Johnny in this case.
Yeah, abso.
Yeah. I agree. So Johnny gets 2 energy.
2 energy for the captain.
For the captain,
Oh.
yep.
For the boys.
Best moment. I feel like it's when John Kuberger led a revolt.
None of us helped with that. It was all John.
Well, I mean, non-player characters can get energy too, so I'm gonna give him an energy, and technically the villain was there, so the villain gets energy.
Yeah, that's true. They were the ones who stole Mr. Burger.
I'm just imagining the communist flag, but instead of the hammer and the sickle, it's just like a spatula and like one of those smash patty things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Let's go John Q. Burger.
All right. So at any point, usually it's when the king is drawn, but at any point, a player can invoke the end game, which is a special episode, the last episode of the season. And it says, a player has enacted the end game. The villains are making their final attack. Their plan is complete, or something else terrible. We compare total hero energy to total villain energy. And if the heroes have higher energy, the season ends favorably for them. If the villains have more, the villains win this season. And we play the episode out either way, and we use any episode template to play it. So I think we're back around to... Is it Corey?
To draw the card. I think Corey drew the first one.
I did, yes. I think it was then. Yeah, I think that would be. Unless Zach, do you want to kick this one off?
Well, no. So wait, what? Because we've only drawn. So would it be Jade?
Oh yes, that would be how that
Yeah.
rotates. Isn't
I
it?
drew
It
the
would
last
be Jade.
one.
You drew the last one. Then when did August draw one?
We didn't. It's
I
just that's
don't-
how we sort of just because we were moving through the
Oh.
turns.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Ron Evans's.
Oh, okay.
2, 3, 4,
So then-
5,
Yeah.
6.
So
Okay.
we can draw a card to randomize it, or we can just decide what episode type it is.
Yeah, I'm just confused by our order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's not how it is in either of our documents. Is it how is it how it is in Discord?
In Roll20, we've been passing the card to the left.
To the left.
Yeah, in Roll20 at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
have no idea.
It's all good.
Oh, that's fine. You know,
Mm.
I'm gonna
the
I'm
limitations
just
of a
gonna-
non-physical space.
I'm gonna put the card on the table. Does it 10?
Ooh, bottle episode.
Oh. Yeah.
Please.
Let's go.
The episode starts, and I want our captain in a literal giant bottle.
Oh, like a ship in a
Yeah.
bottle?
The ship in a bottle.
I meant like him in a bottle
Oh.
because, like, we've been leading into the silly, and he has currently been taken prisoner, and I think like those, like, containment chambers or whatever, and it just happens to be shaped like a bottle.
Nice.
Mhm. That could be fun. I worry about it for our end game. That it might because the bottle episode is like supposed to be like, it's everybody trapped in one small
Yeah.
location and needing to do something.
Yeah.
I have an idea for that.
We could do a high concept episode,
That's also
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
because we can pick
Um,
freely.
As long
Okay.
as long as we have a cold open, 4 beats, and then the conclusion.
We can do anything. Yeah. Yeah. I think starting. I do think starting with Johnny in captivity is the thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where he because we've been hiding our identity this whole time. They captured me,
Mm.
and I've been like in my like pirate ranger form, but it can't last forever.
Yeah.
And they're like, or maybe it's like a race against time, because like we know that you can't sustain this form for more than a day.
Mm-hmm.
So the crew only had a day before to capture me, to rescue me before I demorph and they discover my identity.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I get the image though that like at the same time, because Harwick was the one who screwed up, now are you, as Johnny, are you facing down Heathrow now? Is this a conversation between you two just working to buy time?
I would think so. Yeah.
Nice.
Or like he's like, what's the word? He's like taunting me and like gloating because like, I've got you now. You know, you're not going to get out of here.
In my grasp, just exactly as I planned.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should be careful about gripping things too hard. That's how things slip away.
Well, of course, but just as easily can something in the grip come to pieces if I go a little too tightly. He sort of clenches his hand in front of your face.
You can gloat all you like. This is only temporary. Pirates don't stay in jail for long.
We'll see how long that theory holds up for. But you can't hide your face from us forever, Captain.
These, you know, they and then the boom title screen intro opener.
Yeah, it's sort of like the truncated one you get when the episode's like really long. As Heathrow like does the big dramatic like whirl around, coat flaps behind him and leads into like the camera fills up with his coat for a moment, and then as it falls away, there's the title card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
After the credits finish, I have an idea for this visual, though. The choreo is August. Do you want to take the next beat, actually? Because my idea will keep.
I'm trying to think. The next beat has to be us, like, even though we're, you know, we beat back and freed everybody at the quarry, we're still feeling defeated, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to be us in HQ, like the spirits are down and we're at a loss a little bit because our captain is gone. How does everybody feel about that being the next scene?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, is it like everyone's kind of a part in the ship doing like different activities to try and like build up hype or even just brook that feeling of loss?
I think more it's like everyone in the main room, like helmets off, just like trying to figure out what the fuck do we do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just it. Like they figured out some way to jam the piece of 8 so we can't find it using like the ship's computer.
Yeah.
Or like you know where he is, but it's like, oh, that's right in the center of the bad guy's like thing.
Oh, I think I know what happens. So
There you go.
Sort of like a flashback situation too, right? We talked about sneaking into that warehouse and that didn't pan out because we just didn't get to do that. But I think like sort of a superimposed, like transparent Johnny showing up, talking through that initial plan.
Love that.
Like sitting up like, hey, we can't go in guns blazing, but what if we just snuck in?
I think Calico responds, they know your face and they know my face.
Okay, what if we make use of that?
Act like we're surrendering?
Act like we're rejoining. And we're bringing in, and he nudges Cherry, listen.
Yeah, I mean, without a captain, what good is a crew? So demoralized, like, quit while you're ahead, and hey, here's a way in to your boss's good graces.
Maybe play it like we were planning this all along.
Yeah. Clap. I think that's the way to go.
All right.
So we gotta go find, like, our old uniforms or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's that thought that you had, Jade?
It's gone, and it's fine, because it don't matter, because this is better.
Hell yeah. So...
I just like the idea of, like, Cherry using the ship to send a message to Johnny. They got communicators or something.
Mm-hmm.
And just maybe it's like a little bit of a sea shanty or something.
Hell yeah.
But just something along the lines of a man lost at sea. But he saw a bird and the bird led him home. Just something so he will know that. Of course, he has faith that they're going to come get him because they're a crew. That's what they do. But just like, hey, we're on our way.
Yeah, and like we get like a shot of him like getting that kind of smiling, and then like his uniform is like glitching out, but he like holds it together.
Mm-hmm.
For just it gives him the will to hold on for that much longer.
Hell yeah.
What a cool way to pass a coded message.
Indeed.
Okay.
So what's our next plot beat?
It's got to be like getting into the place, right? Like,
Yeah.
Calico and Ronnie, old uniforms back on.
Yeah, we're on either side of Cherry, like kind of half frog marching them in.
Who is spitting like a cat, like full on, just like Cat at the Vet kind of energy.
Hanging from the arms.
Little bit, just like hissing and spitting and just like barely being able to be held. Making a lot of noise despite being like handcuffed or whatever, like those like glowing weird little like manacle things that you see in all the sci-fi. Just like, so like how they are making this much noise when they are very visibly gagged is a mystery for the ages. Quite impressive.
Very good.
Wait, so Cherry is out of uniform? Or are they morphed when we bring them in?
I think they are not morphed, but they are in like a disguise. Like they have the piece of 8 on them, so because you couldn't get it off them. But yeah, because well, maybe morphed is better.
Yeah,
I have a very.
It's just
I have a very silly image.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jade. Go ahead.
What's your very silly image, though?
You said that Cherry is gagged.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like the gag over the helmet.
Yes. Fucking perfect. Love this. Love that a lot. Fantastic. No notes.
Very good. Yes.
That is I think that matches the tone that we have established very clearly.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Cherry's like pirate suit, like in morph, has like the full on like cuffed boots, long waistcoat, full on sashes and everything. It is very sort of peak pirate vibe.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good, yeah.
And the shape of the helmet, it has a little bit of that pirate hat going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
With a big feather. It's always a feather. Even when it's a helmet with like fire, it's an actual feather.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Big, robust, and ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think that means we all probably would make it to like the prison together, right? Like maybe... Because, like, one of the villains has to pass by us when we're doing this, right? When we're taking Cherry in.
I mean, if Heathrow is busy with Johnny at this point, maybe it's Galway just like, oh, yes, and is too blinded by the notion of getting another one of the pirate rangers in.
The whole set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So he leads us there himself.
God, that's so incredible. Because he's trying to play it just like, boss, you wouldn't believe it. These two, oh no, because you guys aren't in morph, but your identities are known. So it's just like,
yeah,
no, it's great. It's great.
God. Everyone in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Cherry in arms. We're all up at the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, I think, I think I know just offhand how this goes. I think we've got way more hero energy than we do villain energy, but I just want to take a quick tally to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that means this goes in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 4, and then John Kuberger's got one out there. We don't know where John Kuberger falls.
I mean, he's on our side for sure.
Yeah,
he's my best friend. Cool. So like I'm like chained up in the thing, visibly like struggling to maintain my morph as Gatwick brings in you three to the same chamber and is like, Admiral, look, we've got the other the Red Ranger as well. You know, this is a day of utmost and ultimate victory. I think Heathrow looks at him and is like just full fury. He's like, "You brought them all into the same room?"
I think at that point Cherry cackles and the launcher just spins around their arm and a massive paint grenade hits the side of the bottle where Johnny is, masking him from view.
Oh, very cool. So like we can see like the morph drops, and it kind of slips out of his things. And so his voice kind of, without like the morph, like the modulator, kind of comes out. And he says, "You know, it's funny. They say that pirates are blinded by treasure. You didn't even think to question it. Maybe you're more pirate than we are." And there is a bright light from inside the bottle as he gets a chance to remorph. And the bottle just... And, we're back. Maybe, I'm wondering if this, like, changes anything. Like, of having this, going through that ordeal might have changed his costume in some way.
Oh,
that's like a new, like, change the color or if something changed. Because that's always a great, upgrade in a Sentai show.
Yeah. Maybe it gets like these sort of blue-black highlights that look almost like Lichtenberg style crackles along like up the sides. So, or
like this is the first reveal of what will be the new upgraded versions of the suits in this next season.
Yeah.
He's got
he unlocks the second tier.
I think as Johnny steps out in this new look, Cherry just like, "Captain, my captain," just sort of goes to town and just like full on, having been dropped by the other two, is now ready to start wrecking shop.
Yeah.
But we'll also like let off a couple. I rewatched Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of Harley Quinn the other day, and that scene where Harley breaks into the police station with like the beanbag gun and the smoke grenades, a little bit of that energy because Cherry's going to release obviously cherry red smoke like billows out of the launcher, giving Ronnie and Calico the chance to morph.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Is everybody getting the upgraded form?
Is everyone getting the upgraded form? This ordeal of friendship? I think it was just Johnny. I was just like hyped for Johnny's form too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just heard you say form 2. I was like, oh, you also?
No, just Johnny.
No.
I'm super hyped for it.
I think when Calico morphs, she pulls out the time knife, and it's the time knife, and it's like glowing with like this sort of scintillating luminescence. And I want to say one of the things that the time knife can do is, if it touches something, it can like turn back time or turn forward time. And stop me if you think this is too OP or something, but I kind of want Calico to go up to Heathrow and like hold the knife to him and turn back time, so turn back his memory so he forgets we were ever here.
Oh,
that's
very nice.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm just imagining because Calico's edgy like this, it is holding the time knife, like holding the time knife to his throat, but like not, but like the back of the blade, it's not meant to imply that she's going to cut him, but just that mental image.
Is there like a clock on the time knife, like a big clock that winds back time?
Like on the hilt.
Ooh, there is now.
Yeah, like it winds back time.
Yes.
Yeah, I think while Calico is handling that business, Ronnie is, now that he's gotten his suit on, like, he didn't have a cannon with him because he couldn't take it with him, so he just like climbs up and wrenches one off the wall.
Can he not pull it out of like hammer space when he's in morph?
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, like normally, but I also just like the thought of him just taking one, like, off the wall.
Yes, incredible.
Like, pointed, like, because you have to have, like, big, goofy weapons pointed at the bottle in case something does happen and Johnny manages to get out, right? So, like, he climbs up there, rips one from its hinges, and comes down to ground with it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like a shooting escape, right? Like, charge forward, run over Gatwick, and fight our way out of the base.
It just gets bowled over.
Yeah, literally, just like trample over him.
Hell yeah.
And it's like a big, bombastic, people around the corner is like rushing in, trying to stop us, but we've just got the momentum as we smash out situation.
Dope.
All right, yeah.
But we didn't handle the fish. The fish is still out there.
Fish is still out there.
Ready. To be turned into a giant mechanized weapon that we then take off, like, sometime next season.
No, it's fine. The giant fish is going to develop, like, sapience and, like, fly off into space and go be a space whale.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Dang-o.
All right. Yeah, and we bust out and we're in space on a dinghy that we've commandeered, and we fly off into the asteroid field nearby to lose the cops and then come back and have ourselves some burger taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And shot us clinking our sodas together.
Yeah, like costumes away of like fallen away. And we're now just in like civilian clothes, just kicking back as the crew that we are.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, with that, this has been If Not Us, Then Who? A game by Riley Hopkins. You can find it on itch.io. I have been August. You can still find me on Blue Sky at Harpy Dora, on Tumblr at Strange Harpy, and playing with me today in reverse order has been Zach.
Hello, I've been Zach. You can find me on Twitter at AlviskinGod, on Blue Sky at Zachary Olsen, and the music I make for the show at iambugbear.bandcamp.com.
We've also been joined by Jade.
I continue to be found at JDoxfordRose nearly everywhere on the internet. This has been a delight. Thank you for your very cool game, Riley. I hope we did you proud with how ridiculous we got with it.
And we have also been joined by Corey.
Hey, folks. Find me on co-host at Missy Nim. Yeah, this was a whole rush. I always enjoy games like this, and this was definitely no exception. I look forward to doing more things like this for sure.
Heck yeah. All right. You can still find the podcast on Tumblr at FTLcast and on Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. And with that, I do believe it is now time to clap.